What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. You know something, man? Derrick James, man, he really left Errol Spence in a bad way. Honestly, man, I mean, he really messed Spence around. I think, I think that's the big problem going on with Errol right now. He ready to fight, but he ain't got no trainer. And I think once again, I know I've said this before. I don't want to just like I'm repeating myself, but you can tell by the way it happened, with Derrick James putting him out the gym and all that crazy stuff. Earl had no idea this man was unhappy. He didn't know he was disgruntled. I think Earl got stuck between a rock and a hard place because I'm sure his advisors told him, Al Heyman and them. I saw where Al Heyman posted that he had been more than generous. He said he had been more than generous with the $350,000 he had already gave Derrick James. So in my mind, that's good money just to train somebody to fight, especially when you ain't got them, when you putting them in a little slot. You know what? I just think Earl got really screwed on this deal. Here's why I say that. Derrick James, I remember the videos out there. He said he didn't really want no lot of fighters, and he was just training Earl for a long time, and he took Charlo on. He said he didn't, he took Charlo in, and because Earl was doing so well, that's why he got Charlo. You got to remember, Charlo was already a champion when he started training with Derrick James, so Derrick James did not build him, and when the other fighters saw Earl knocking people out, saw Derrick James knocking people out, then Earl met Frank Martin, signed him. Now Derrick James started training Frank Martin, who was already a decent fighter. He getting a lot of knockouts, a lot of wins. So that's how he got the fight. He got all them new fighters because of Earl. And evidently, whatever was going on with him and Earl, how it was done, he obviously wasn't happy about it, but wasn't saying nothing. The reason why I say it like this is because no matter what happened, no matter, one, you would have spoke on that money man to man a long time ago before the fight. Two, you could have came to him and let him know like a man, hey, Earl, this money ain't right. But now I feel like it was right, but if the money wasn't right, you should have said that immediately. Dog, we need to talk. And the fact that they can't sit down and talk about this like, man, let me know that relationship was completely business. Which is why I say, damn, why is it so hard for Earl to pick up another trainer? Because he obviously didn't have a good relationship with Derrick James. What on earth can a judge say to two people that's been dealing with each other for probably close to 20 years, and you mean to tell me you can't sit down and y'all talk this out? You can't tell me that you telling me that y'all got to go to court. That's the only way you feel like you can get this resolved, is take the guy who really gave you, whether you trained him or not, you got to have the right guy when you're a trainer. And I wish a trainer would tell me you can just grab anybody off the street and build him into a champion. That's BS. You can't put that work ethic, you can't put that toughness, you can't put the physicality. It's certain things that the trainer can't do. It's got to already be in that fighter right there. The trainer can teach you how to fight and try to give you a little bit of inspiration. But the bottom line, your own athleticism, the mental fortitude, dedication, and all that, that's what's going to get you to the championship. Derrick James can't run none of the miles for Spence. He can't do none of his push-ups and sit-ups. He can't go in there and fight nobody for him. He got to go in there and do this. And Earl was beating dudes up one after the other, and that's how he got all them fighters over there coming to him to begin with. And now, because, you and Earl signed y'all contract a long time ago, whatever y'all had, so the money was what the money was. If you had a problem about what the money was, you supposed to brought that up a long time ago. You don't sit there and wait till I had the biggest fight of my career and start undertraining and undertraining and over asking. You want to undertrain me, but now you want me to overpay you for sending me out there to get beat up. You got to be kidding me. Out of all the fights, this is the one you picked to complain about money about. So what it is Derrick James had them other fighters. They thought, I don't need you no more. That's what that was. He didn't need Spence no more. You can get the hell on, bottom line. And that's how he treated him. I take you to court. I got me some fighters. That's in his mind. Even if it's just Frank Martin, he's still making money, doing not a lot. It ain't hard to train no fighters if you was a boxer, and that's what you've been doing most of your life, messing around with the boxer. So, how hard is it? You ain't the one. You ain't the one running the miles and hitting the bag and jumping the rope. You just watching them. Trainers do more watching than anything else. Watching them hit the heavy bag, watching them on the speed bag, watching them jump rope, watching them shadow box until they put on the mitts and different stuff. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't physically doing nothing. And then you want, what, almost $3 million? I gave $350,000. Now you want another $2.5 million? And take all that out. Take all that out the equation. The bottom line, Earl got blindsided. He didn't know. He don't know none of this going on. And apparently, if the and then I think when Ryan Garcia said he paid Derrick James more, that's the problem. Derrick James felt like, I'm getting more money to train these dudes than Errol. So now Errol ain't the main priority. How you think you got these dudes? But see, I'm telling you, man, this money is, man, that money is, it's a blessing and a curse. It really is, man. That money is a blessing and a curse. Don't nobody want to live without it. It's a hard life without it. But boy, when you got it, it's a hard life with it too, because unless you're surrounded by people who also have it, you're going to have a bunch of people that you don't realize jealous of you and mad at you you ain't done nothing to them. They mad at you because you got it going on and they don't, and you can't do nothing about that. You ain't going to be unsuccessful to make somebody else happy. And so at this point right here with, a lot of the fans now, this new age boxing fan, that every time a guy lose one fight, he washed up. It made you sound crazy. These dudes out here, they be talking so weird. And the sad part is that the fighters done fed into it. Now, you can't go out here losing 3, 4, 5 fights. No, but one loss against a guy that people consider pound for pound, how in the hell you washed up behind that? Plus, you ain't been in the ring in 18 months, and you still stood tall for the first 3 rounds, and they had to stop the fight. You was on your feet and still going. So I didn't have no problem with Spence losing to Terrence Crawford. But now, when I see what's going on with his trainer, that's a good part of why he lost. Because this dude in his mind half training Earl, because you paying to I'm getting more money to pay these other dudes. He started working that way. I'm telling you, I saw it. Now, I didn't know why things was going the way he did, but when he told me he was training all these fighters, and Earl for had the biggest fight of his career, been out the ring 17 months. This is how, and you throw him in a slot. Hey, man, I'm just like Floyd Mayweather and Tim Bradley. The money I'm going to be paying you, if you my trainer, you ain't training nobody else. And I'm making that kind of money and we getting rich, you ain't training nobody else, and especially when I got to fight. Not going to happen. I'm going to have to get the hell on anyway. And now that you see Earl left, now that he got rid of Earl, Charlo gone, I think AJ gone, and Ryan Garcia he going to have Frank Martin on him real soon. If it ain't already. But probably in his mind, he probably made more money than he made boxing dealing with Earl. He probably got more money than he ever had in his life because of Errol Spence. It's all because of Errol Spence, because you met this young kid, trained him, got him going, and he was able to use what you taught him and go out there and execute at the highest level. We just saw Frank Martin get the brakes beat off him. So if you was this great trainer, he probably would have won that fight. You gotta have the right fighter too. We saw Canelo beat the brakes off Charlo. Right after he got this award, all he did was lose. You got the award, had the little ceremony, all proud and giddy, and then you lost the Earl fight, really lost that fight with Frank Martin. You really lost 3 in a row, but they gave Frank his win. You came right out there and lost the next 3 fights because you got the big head and he wasn't used to success. And I watched him change. It's like he transformed into a whole nother person. And after he lost all these fights and all them fighters done left, he done had some humble pie. He looked like he back to being Derrick James again in the last uh, little situation with him and Frank, and when they was talking to him, it looked like he had came down off that high. Because I mean, he was really feeling himself when he got that training. He was really feeling himself, and he played Earl. I mean, he played Earl, but he messed Earl around in the biggest fight of his career. And if I was Spence, hell, I wouldn't have wanted him to train me no more, no damn way. And Spence was going to stay loyal and go right back to him, and basically, I done got these fighters off you, nigga. You can go. I don't want to deal with you no more. That's messed up, dog. And in the mixed all that, now Earl out here in Limbo. I can't, because my thing is, how you going to get in the ring and call out a fighter and you ain't even went pick the trainer yet? I mean, like I say, Earl is like I said, I think ever since that loss, everything that just went is just in a tailspin around him. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if he just called the fight off altogether. Shit, when you going? It's August. They talking about fighting in December and January where you still got to get ready. Shit, it's August and you don't even have a trainer. So, I mean, Derrick James left Earl in a bad way. And I think because of Earl's personality, this change in trainers and all this stuff is going to be real difficult for him. Because he don't want to do it. He really don't want to do it. And I just really hate to see his career end like this. I really do. I really do. I really thought he was gonna do big things in the sport, but I got to be real with myself. All them thoughts is gone. I just like him because I'm a fan of his now, but I don't have no realistic. I don't realistically have no expectations on him because you don't even have a trainer yet. I cannot. There's no way for me to know where his heart at. Earl is a strength, but he got them ways, and you don't know what There's no way to know how serious he is about this sport no more. Cause he ain't really gonna since that Crawford fight. He really don't even want to talk to nobody. And I get it, but I notice he try to avoid them interviews cause he don't want to deal with that, and I feel him, but I just don't know where he's gonna go from me. I feel like Errol Spence is in limbo. Honestly, I feel like Derrick James left him in limbo, and he act like he don't know what to do because, he need another trainer, and he need a good trainer, and there's plenty of them out there, and he ain't picked one yet. I wish his father could do it, but evidently he can't because Earl looking for a trainer. But I mean, my thing is go get Kenny Porter. Just go get somebody that you're gonna be comfortable with. Especially if what is Earl finna do now? He about 35, something like that. He getting up in age. He don't fight enough to go in that ring and be sharp. So he gonna be, whoever he fight, he gonna be rusty for the first 3-4 rounds. So they bet not have no power. So I feel bad that Derrick can put him in the position that he in. And, like I say, it's a shame when a grown man can't sit down and talk to another man that he been dealing with this long. They should be able to talk this out, whether it work in his favor or not. They should be able to discuss this among themselves, and they shouldn't need nobody else to interfere. And the fact that he taking Earl to court, I feel like that's real bush league, and I feel like they never really had a friendly relationship. This has been business completely. Because if they had any type of friendship, real friendship here, this could be talked about and discussed. You might could get a couple of 100,000 more after talking, but he did send, just cause Earl sent you a text when you say you owe him $2.5 million, he tell you okay. That don't okay mean I hurt you. That don't mean that's just how Derrick James ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. If he think that's what he gonna take to court. That ain't admission. That ain't no admission of nothing. All that was him. I can imagine that's when you don't want to argue with somebody. Okay, let me call Al and see what's up. He probably called Al, and Al told him you ain't got to get that man another dime. So now Derrick James gonna waste money going to court. Al Heyman know of what he doing. He wouldn't put Earl in that position. So like I say, man, this is very unfortunate right here because Earl was probably one of my top fighters. He was ever. I like Floyd is my favorite. Roy Jones, and Ali and all of them, but I had Earl Spence. He was right up there in the mix with him, and ever since that accident and after that Danny Garcia fight, there has not been the same Spence ever since. And I don't think we're going to ever see that Errol Spence that everybody was scared of again. I don't. I think too much did happen. This trainer situation is something he obviously not finna be comfortable with. And from where I'm sitting at, I think the best thing for him to do is start just promote Frank Martin and live his life. I think that's more what he want to do anyway. I just think it's the money. Ain't nothing else he's going to be able to do that's going to bring in this kind of money, but the passion for it look like it ain't there. Well, then again, I can't say you can't look at Earl and tell what the hell he's thinking. He's just being real, So I just hope Earl can either, if he gonna fight, I hope he get a right trainer and gonna be for real and 100% dialed in. But if not, I truly hope he just leave us alone and go back to promoting and be happy with the career that he's had. He don't got nothing to be ashamed of. He lost one fight and lost his trainer right after. And it might be time for him to just go ahead and shut it all the way down. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your man Spill Dog. I'm out.